Hey there everybody, and welcome to Tiberium Alliance's War Tips. Now what you first want to do in a war is obviously fighting. Now when you're fighting other players, the number one rule is to not be a hero. Do not rush in all by yourself like a suicide bomber or whatever, Mr. Badass. You do not want to do that. You want to go in with the team and coordinate attacks. Now if it's a smaller group, like you see I'm over here fighting a small group, but I am also not alone. So I am still going by the rules, which I don't know why I wouldn't, but that's rule number one. Do not be a hero. Rule number two, as I will show you here, but is also needed. When you are fighting multiple people and the likeliness of them being on is pretty high, you want to not go for their construction yard or defense facility first, but their command center. If you can get both or all three at least touching them, then you're good. I mean, if you just do the tiniest bit of damage to their command center, they cannot hit you back for a couple hours, giving you enough time to think, coordinate, get back up, whatever. So it's like a nice little breather. So if you are in a situation like me and they're all one shots and you know they're not going to kill you or even be able to chance to retaliate and you know they're offline, you don't need to do that. Just go ahead and get this guy out of the way. And so while you're watching this and all that good stuff, I'd have to go with rule number 3 being to really plan out your attacks. Because when I had said to coordinate attacks, I don't mean to just say, hey, we're gonna go hit that guy, okay, we're done. No. What you want to do is say who attacks and who attacks in what order. You want to have the weakest guys attack by strongest guys attack. And what that means is you want to have the weakest players, or the player with the weakest offense, attack first, all the way up to the strongest. This is so that they can weaken them or do more damage so that the stronger army can, take them down. What this does is reduces the amount of command points that a person has to spend and also the repair time, which are both precious in war. Now, also along with the coordinating squads, you want to do positioning. You may want to have some players who are too close, or who are sort of close, so somewhat farther away, and a far distance. But this is also depends on the scenario. So I'm just gonna go and find a base here. So, say these guys, they're in a I guess a N formation or an upside down U, and you're coming in from this side. You really don't want to come in like right next to each other, because then that gives an easier range for them to attack you. So you want to first, if you can, have someone do a CNC opt of their base, which would be, if you have CNC script, would just be clicking on their base and then doing the CNC opt so other players can see the base to know what they're expecting. But in the case you're going in blind with a fog of war, you want to go with also, as they have, a U, so that the weaker people can hit them first, and then the farther people can hit them like a hammer of dawn. So that would be the positioning. And then once you are positioned, like I said, you want to have the weakest players attack first, all the way up to the strongest. So that's pretty much it. I'll bring back more, but for now I believe this is pretty efficient. It's some of the really major attacking formations and information you need to know. So I'll be back with another one, and I hope you guys enjoyed.